1.7 meters is the average height of a Japanese adult today. Worldwide, it's 1.76 meters. Just 6 tiny centimeters. 6 centimeters. It's the thickness of a tie. 6 centimeters. It's about the size of a fig. 6 centimeters is the length of a 2-color eraser. But these 6 centimeters are gonna be a huge gap between Japan and the rest of the world. Gozaimasu. My name is Louis, I am half Japanese and I am 1 meter 80. In Japan, I am considered tall. Not really tall, but tall. And being tall in Japan can be a little bit tricky. But this also means Japanese people are rather short. Where does this come from? How can it be explained? If you want to know the answer, you are on the right video. Because I discovered some crazy facts about Japanese history. Alright, don't worry, you are not gonna look like that when you visit Japan, unless you are 2.43 meters. But it is true that Japanese people seems to be rather short. It's cliché, but it's kinda true. I've lost count on how many English articles talk about how short Japanese people are. There's even one article trying to explain why there are so many Reddit posts about Japanese people's height. That means something. After reading through all the articles, where does this stereotype come from? The answer is kinda easy. It's a movie. Lost in translation. The whole film follows Bill Murray in Japan, and throughout the movie you see that he's taller than almost every Japanese people on screen. You don't even need to point it out because he literally stands ahead above everyone else. You don't even need to point it out because he literally stands ahead above everyone else. And even though Bill Murray is 1.87 meters, why Japanese people are so short? Why are Japanese people shorter? They were missing one thing, something to grow taller. To understand what it is, we have to go way back in history. We are in the year 672. At that time, Emperor Tenmu ruled the country. And also, Buddhism has already arrived in Japan over a century earlier. And Emperor Tenmu is a devoted follower. One morning, upon waking up, he decided to impose his vision on the entire Japanese population. Why not? He is the emperor. Was it a new religion? No, he imposed a diet rule. The Japanese people are forbidden to eat meat. Specifically, meat from cows, horses, dogs, chickens, and monkeys were banned. By the way, I've never seen monkey meat in Japan. What is amazing is that this ban on meat consumption lasted not just 12 months, not just 12 years, not even 12 decades, but 12 centuries. 1,200 years of no meat. Can you imagine it? Even myself, I was surprised. Especially since today, it's quite difficult to find meatless dishes in Japan. And this system and the meat ban were only lifted around 1868, at the Meiji era. Meat, and thus protein, is a fantastic source of growth hormones in children. In every country, when people tend to be tall, meat plays a big role in diets. So maybe the absence of meat during 12 centuries in Japan can explain why Japanese people were shorter. To give you an idea, during the Edo era in Japan, the average height for Japanese people was 1.57 meter. Yes, that doesn't seem really samurai-like. But since meat came back in the Japanese diet, this seems to be catching up. Between 1896 and 1996, Japan was one of the countries where average height increased the most. 14.6 centimeter for men and 16 centimeter for women. That's huge. This reflects better health and improved living conditions. But how much do you think they grew in the past 30 years? Wrong. They didn't grow up. They actually shrank. Yes, not stagnated. Shrank. Scientists started to panic. Did Japanese people just hit a genetic limit? Nope. The reason is something else. It's because of the rising number of low birth weight babies, under 2,500 grams. This number has been increasing in Japan for decades, and research shows babies born underweight tend to remain smaller even in adulthood. Then why in Japan so many babies are born underweight? And here's the surprise, it's because of the doctors. There is a strict limit on weight gain during pregnancy in Japan, between 7 to 10 kilograms maximum. This is much lower than in other countries. Many doctors in Japan warn pregnant women if they gain even slightly above that limit. The problem is they don't always adjust the limit based on body size. So naturally, a taller woman should gain more weight according to her size, no? And this is the reason why limiting pregnancy weight gain has led to more low-weight births. And next step, Japanese population started to shrink. It's crazy to see that a small restriction has so much impact. So now you know why Japanese people are shorter. So next step, let's look at what that means today for us taller foreigners. In the bus. So in terms of vehicle size, they are already smaller, but seriously, I've never felt as big and bulky as I do in a bus in Japan.
Sérieusement, je me le suis jamais senti.
What you're seeing here are my girlfriend's legs completely pressed against the seat in front of her. And she's about 1.70 meters. Imagine if you are 1.80 or even 1.90. And these seats, you have to be 2 on them. Literally, I take 1.5 seats just by myself. This goes to a point I've never talked about. It's that Japan is not for tall people, but even less for big people. Moving on to the subway, and I have to admit, it's quite okay. The seats are wider this time, but the hanging straps can sometimes hit you in the face. But overall, it's fine. However, sometimes danger comes from where you least expect it. Imagine, you are in the maze of the Tokyo subway. Unfortunately, you're late, so you hurry on your steps. You quickly go down the stairs, and then you wake up on the floor surrounded by people. You just smashed your head against a corner in the subway. Well, that's exactly what happened to a friend of mine. It was really bad, he was bleeding a lot and hopefully he had his cap on. On the other hand, the Shinkansen is the blessed train for tall people, because it is personally the train with the most legroom I know. You have so much space, it's crazy. But you know, in Japan I have another size problem. It's down there. My stomach! The average amount of food in Japanese restaurants or even in supermarkets are really little. And what I think is personally frustrating is that it's not a norm. It's not like this everywhere. There is a tsukemen restaurant near my place, and for 1,000 yen you get your money's worth. And if you order omori for just 100 yen more, it's like big portion. Yes, omori is a Japanese word for big portion. It's literally a cheat code. Take it, cherish it, and use it wisely. The champions for the omori are fast food places like Sukiya. They offer menus from little to mega. But in terms of food, restaurants aren't the only places where quantities are an issue. Whatever you buy in Japan, the quantity will be insufficient. Bentos, meat, fish pieces, vegetables, and even sauce. Except one thing, rice. You can get rice packs of 10 or 15 kilos without any problem. But keep in mind that Japanese food portions are systematically smaller than what you used to. Just look at this. Is this seriously chocolate this small? Another little thing, yogurts. I used to know packs of 4, 8, even 12. Well, in Japan, in my supermarket, I like Aloe Yogurto, which is aloe vera yogurt, and they apparently don't know the concept of packs. It's just one single yogurt each time. Housing. Do you know about ultra small apartment in Japan? Honestly, it's quite funny and seems aesthetic, but I think it's not so good to live in it.
紹介します。はい。私の部屋はリビングルーム、畳の部屋っていうお部屋で。
These apartments are mostly multi-floor, and I find it fascinating to see how optimized everything is. But I have to tell you, there are also less glamorous situations where people can't afford better and have to live in a tiny box. But that's more representative of the lack of space in Japan rather than a real size problem. The size problem in Japanese houses or apartments happens in 2 places. First point, the hate of sinks and tables. And second point, beds. Clearly, finding a big bed in Japan is really difficult. But honestly, aside from that, there are not so many issues. Furniture is naturally a bit smaller, but it's not too annoying. And since IKEA's arrival, it's easier to find furniture of the right size. However, there is one type of Japanese housing we have to talk about. That is just here. Japanese traditional houses. It is really built for people who were 1.57 meter. And you kind of feeling it. I lost count on how many times I hit my hand on those damn hanging lamps in ryokans. Ryokans or ryokan are Japanese traditional hotel. Low lamps, low table, everything there is too small. Clothing. There is just one rule, go one size up. Or maybe two. No shame when it comes to Japanese brands. It's always smaller. The worst is when I order suits on Amazon. I don't even think about it. I just go XXL every time. And finding shoes if you are bigger than 44 in Japan, wow, that's so difficult. And by the way, don't say in Japan you wear 44. In Japan, the shoe sizes are in centimeters. However, where I found the biggest difference in size of clothing in Japan is with women's underwear. I went in a Don Quixote store in Japan with my girlfriend at the bra section, and every bra are push-ups. My girlfriend is struggling finding something that matches her size. She has to take 2 or 3 sizes higher than what she used to take. And just in case, here is a size chart for those who want to fit correctly in Japan. I hope now you are ready to go to Japan as a tall people, or even average people, or even tiny people. As usual, I'm not so used to speaking in English in videos, so just be kind with me, please, thank you. And don't hesitate to comment, really, I'm reading everything, so please comment. Thanks a lot for watching this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to this channel. See you next time, tschüss!